Hello and welcome to another Driving.ca used guide. Here we break down the 2017 to 2022 Honda CRV. We'll take a look at current used pricing, the potential trouble areas and which model might be best for you. Let's dig in. We've entered a new era in automotive sales where consumers, thanks to some frosty trade relations with our southern neighbour, want to buy Canadian whenever possible. For used Honda CRV buyers, that's good news because since its launch it's been built in Alliston, Ontario, although some production was moved to the US due to the overwhelming demand. This used guide covers the 5th generation 2017 to 2022 models. The 2017 to 2019 CRV came in 5 trims, starting with the LX front drive and moving through the LX, EX, EXL and Touring all-wheel drive models. In 2020, the Sport all-wheel drive arrived and sat just above the LX with all-wheel drive. All models came with a comprehensive menu of safety and driver convenience features. About the only things the top-of-the-line Touring model brought to the table were a better infotainment system and a power front passenger seat. All 5th gen CRVs were powered by a 1.5 litre turbo 4 that put out 190 horsepower. It worked with a continuously variable transmission to drive the front or all 4 wheels. According to longtime driving contributor Brian Harper, when this generation was launched in 2017, this engine represented a worthwhile improvement. Harper said it's not the extra 5 ponies or even the Turbo 4's 179 pound-feet of torque, but the fact the new engine's peak torque comes in at a low 2000 RPM. The previous 2.4 litre engine didn't reach its peak of 181 pound-feet until 3900 RPM. The result is the new CRV feels peppier. Honda seldom fails to produce what consumers are looking for. Rear seat room is generous and a wide 90-degree swing on the rear doors makes entry and exit a breeze. Infotainment systems get few complaints, save the absence of knobs for anything but volume. Wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are supported. The rear seats fold flat for a roomy cargo bay and there are plenty of cubbies. About the only visibility concern came from the wide rear pillars, although a short roof height did make it one of the most garageable crossovers on the market. The 5th gen also brought a much quieter ride and it had a posted average fuel economy of 8.1 litres per 100 kilometres for the all-wheel drive models. Driving's Jill McIntosh said the CRV is a decent vehicle to drive with well-weighted steering, good response, a planted feel through corners, a tight turning circle and it has a quiet, comfortable ride. I took it on a 5-hour road trip and was impressed with its performance. She added that the seat stayed comfortable during that entire journey. In a 2019 comparison test against the Toyota RAV4, Driving's Jonathan Yarconi and Peter Bleakney highlighted the fact that adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, forward emergency braking, blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert are standard equipment on the base 2019 RAV4, but it takes the more expensive CRV LX all-wheel drive to get the same features. Driving's Brendan McAleer compared the 2022 CRV with the updated Nissan Rogue. He concluded that while the Nissan was the better drive and offered slicker technology, the CRV had a Honda badge in the grille. That's enough to give it a resale edge. The difference in power output between the engines is less important than customer expectations for reliability and longevity. If you're in the market for a used CRV, you're going to find lots of choice, with the prices ranging from between $16,000 and $41,000. Let's take a closer look at how the prices break out. Canadian market values for the early entry-level models like the 2017 front drive LX range from $13,300 in rough shape to $15,000 in average and $17,400 in top condition. Average dealer wholesale values hover around $13,200. Average mid-range examples like a 2020 CRV EX all-wheel drive command $26,000 for rough, $28,000 for clean and $30,000 for a nice one, with the average wholesale value hovering around $25,600. A newer high-trim model like the 2022 CRV Touring can be found for around $35,000 in rough shape, $37,000 in average and $39,750 for a clean example. Average dealer wholesale sits around $34,700. Hondas are legendary for their reliability and life expectancy, and the CRV is no exception. Honda's continuously variable transmission is known for its trouble-free driving and is a big part of the reason this CRV delivers an outstanding 7.2 litres per 100 kilometres on the highway. Keep it maintained and rust-proofed and you'll easily exceed 10 years or 250,000 kilometres. One of the more commonly reported concerns related to the CRV's fuel injectors. They continued to leak fuel when they were off, which led to a rich running condition. If left unrepaired, this can damage the catalytic converter. When checking a used CRV, pull the engine oil dipstick and check for the smell of fuel. The 2017 CRV had 6 recalls to its name for faults such as a failing fuel pump, fuel leaks and defective seat belts. The 2018 model had 4 recalls for the same reasons. The 2019 CRV was recalled 7 times, including one for loose bolts that hold the rear subframe to the car. Thankfully, not many were affected. The 2020 model had 8 recalls to its name, including a serious one for airbags that deployed unintentionally in a crash. The 21 CRV was also affected by this recall. The 22 models were recalled 5 times, including one for failing drive shafts. Recalls can be fixed by a dealer free of charge. Comparing her experience between a 2021 CRV Sport and Black Edition, Driving's Rita Narain said that if I was picking between these two trims, I'd pick the Sport. For $7,000 less than the Black Edition, you get almost the same level of safety and essentially the same degree of comfort. Now there is a trend to this. If you can live without a power passenger seat, you can shop for the lower all-wheel drive trims instead of the top-line Touring. That'll save you a bundle. As always, a pre-purchase inspection from a trusted independent mechanic is a must. A proper inspection can find signs of future troubles, which can save you a packet down the road. It may even convince you to shop elsewhere. For more information and in-depth reports on the Honda CRV, take a look at Driving.ca. For the Used Vehicle Report, I'm Graham Fletcher.